A lot has changed between the US and China since President Donald Trump came to office. His America First trade policy led to an all-out trade war between the two countries. But now, thanks to a face-to-face dinner in Buenos Aires, a temporary truce has given both leaders breathing room to soften the blow on steep tariffs.
The issues cover everything from purchasing more goods, which we've always talked about, but more importantly, protecting intellectual property, eliminating forced joint ventures, protecting U.S. technology currency. This was a big part of the discussion. We want to make sure that they don't depreciate the currency to harm U.S. workers and U.S. companies.
Trump has said this is a second chance for President Xi, and he has 90 days to change his ways. Otherwise, he'll follow through on a threatened $200 billion raise in tariffs on Chinese products. But both countries have been struggling with each other's threats. While China's debt recovery is slower than expected, the US stock market has lost most of its 2018 gains. Now, news of a truce has brought investor optimism and the Dow has responded sharply. But happy stock markets don't necessarily translate to a return to a status quo. The Chinese economy is dependent on its exports. Nearly 20% goes to the US. Last year, it sold over $500 billion worth of goods like electronics, furniture and clothing. The US exported much less to China, selling it $130 billion worth of products like aircraft parts, cotton and soybeans. But that's where a hard economic blow has already been felt in the US. Soybeans are sold more widely than any other agricultural product. Trump's threat to impose tariffs on Chinese goods has already prompted Beijing to retaliate by buying soybeans from Brazil, leading to a 94% drop in exports to China from last year's harvest.
I think Trump is looking at China like every other country he's been negotiating with. And China is somewhat of an exception because it's still a totalitarian country that's evolving into a market economy. So unlike Mexico, unlike Canada, you have more kind of leverage room to make deals and to talk about tariff issues than you are if you only respond to a council or a few relatively powerful people.
While President Trump has boasted about the best deal the US and China have ever seen, China has largely stayed silent on its details. A deal made over dinner appears to clearly still need to turn into a concrete policy for both countries. Sally Ayhan, TRT World, Washington.